Hello, YouTube family. Auntie is here for a Monday. It's not cute, not knowing. I've got curls, I got scoop, a ton of stuff to go over. Let's do it in proper order. We start off with a hug, and you know why? Because you never know. You never know who could need a hug. There's a ton of stuff to go over as I get everything into gear. First off tonight, Patti LaBelle is going to be on the CBS show The Neighborhood, playing Cedric the Entertainer's mom. So look out for that. Last week, Kevin Samuels was a big topic. What really happened with the popular YouTube vlogger who was known for his controversial remarks? Gave black women a hard way to go. What happened in his death? The way they described it when the woman who he was with sounded like it was a heart attack. You got some people saying, was he murdered? You got some people saying he was using that bootleg Viagra. There is such a thing as bootleg Viagra because you can get it at the gas station. They said a combination of bootleg Viagra and too many Red Bulls. The family, Kevin gave the appearance that I got it going on. You need a man like me. But apparently when he died, he had less than $1,000 in his bank account. And now his family, they got to start a GoFundMe to bury him. They're saying to bury him in the style in which he wanted. He had no life insurance. See, he always gave the, you need a man like me. I'm together. I got money. I wear nice suits. He didn't even have $1,000 in his bank account. And then there's some people thinking that, they may have been murdered. But the full autopsy will be coming out. And it will tell us what really happened with Kevin Samuels. I got so many big stories. I'm going to start with here. Dave Chappelle might have to face charges when his security went after the guy who rushed him on stage. Don't be surprised if a civil suit. Why did the young man attack Dave Chappelle? He says he did it for his grandmother, who is facing eviction because of gentrification. Now, Dave ain't got nothing to do with that, but he went up there anyway, and he only got misdemeanor charges, even though he had a knife thing in his backpack, but because it wasn't out. I'm hearing that Dave Chappelle's going on tour with Busta Rhymes, so look for that. Dave Chappelle's going to be producing a special on my girl. Y'all know I love Lunel. He's going to be producing our comedy special for Netflix, and I'm glad that a woman is in there, because let me tell you something about Lunel. She's not a newcomer. She's been around. This is her time. This is Lunel's time, and this is going to be so fabulous. She recently wrapped up a tour with Cat Williams, World War III, and that tour, I think they're just going to show Cat. It's coming to Netflix on May 17th. ABC is canceled. Queens, the show with Brandy and Eve. I kind of figured that once Eve said, I'm pregnant, had the baby, I'm in love with my baby. A lot of people, they don't want to come back to work, and she's rich. She don't have to come back to work, but she has decided that she will not be coming back, and the show has been canceled. Blac Chyna took a beating last week with the Kardashians. She's the mother of Rob Kardashian's daughter. She sued the Kardashians and lost, and now her mother, Tokyo Toni, said that on her channel, SHN, I've never heard of this channel. She says she's going to be having a talk show, Talking with Tokyo. Kendrick Lamar, so amazing. Halftime at the Super Bowl. The Hard Parts, it's a new project. Mr. Morales and the Big Steppers is coming out. This video that he has out is really interesting. You see Kendrick, then he morphs into O.J. Simpson, then he morphs into Kanye West, then Jussie, then Will Smith, then Nipsey Hussle, then Kobe Bryant. He was one of the directors on this, but he's a very, very talented rapper. Love Kendrick Lamar. Tony Awards are happening June 12th. Broadway's biggest night, hosted by Ariana DeBose. She won an Academy Award for playing Anita in the reboot of West Side Story. Michael Jackson, the musical, 10 nominations. It could be a big winner that night. The movies, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, it took in $185 million. I haven't even gone to see it yet. Benedict Cumberbatch starring in the second biggest opening since the pandemic. This is the second biggest. Here's a question I have for you guys. Have you noticed the cost of the concessions? I mean, everything is going up. Gas, groceries, but the prices at the movies. I jokingly say, you can't take the greedy friends, or you can't take the ones that they have nothing to contribute for the concessions. You got to be like, we're going to see it when it comes on streaming, because it costs money to see these movies. Simone Biles, the Olympic darling, is coming to Snapchat with a new reality show. Daring Simone, you're going to see her being a DJ. You're going to see her being a beekeeper. It's going to debut later this summer, so it's going to be nice. I love her, and I'm sure, well, when they show her wedding, she's getting married soon, but this show is called Daring Simone Biles. Say Jada and Will were to get a divorce, and where there's smoke, there's fire. They're saying Will was going to have to give up half. He wants the divorce. He's going to have to give up a lot of money if it does happen. Now, the guy, the singer that Jada had the entanglement with, August Alsina, he's been complaining that he is in a bad state with his mental health. Dear Mama is a new docuseries coming to the FX channel this fall, dealing with the relationship between Tupac and his mom. Phil Mickelson, one of the greatest golfers ever, and one of the most colorful superstars in the world of golf. NBA's Charles Barkley, TNT, used to play here in Philly. You know, Sir Charles always has something to say. Well, he talks about Phil Mickelson, and he says that the man's career lasted so long because he was a great person to be around, that he led a joyful life. Now, at one time, Charles Barkley and Tiger Woods were this close. Now they're not. Charles said about Tiger, Tiger is the better golfer, but doesn't have like a really great personality, and he's not the type of person that you want to be around. Said he's not fun. Everybody around Tiger is uptight. This book is coming out this week. This should be interesting, but Charles Barkley's take. Now, you know, people, when they stop being friends with you, they ain't got nothing nice to say. So this could be Sir Charles talking with a salty tongue. Fred Savage, 80s child star with the Wonder Years. There's now a reboot called the Black version of the Wonder Years. He is the executive producer and director. He has been fired from this ABC show. He's been fired for inappropriate behavior, physical and verbal. They said he would have daily outbursts. This ain't the first time Fred Savage has been in trouble. They said the show originally ended the first Wonder Years because of a woman who sued him for sexual harassment. They settled out of court. They ended the show. There was another incident in 2015 where he was accused of attacking and harassing a woman on the show called The Grinder. Will this hurt the reboot of the Wonder Years, which is really a cute show? I hope it doesn't, but he had his hands all in it. Will ABC decide to let go of the show? Our prayers are going out to singer Brian McKnight. He and his wife, Kaylani, they lost their first child. She was expecting, and apparently she must have had a miscarriage, but he took to social media yesterday to talk about it. We keep him in prayers. I know a lot of people feel differently about Brian McKnight. He's always been nice to me. I've interviewed him literally 1,000 times, and just want to keep him in prayer. Sherry Shepherd expressed concerns about Wendy Williams. Wendy did this interview with Fat Joe, and it was kind of bizarre. She talked about the money situation and said they took my money. So they're like, well, who took it? Wells Fargo, who took your money? She said that she relies on other people. They take care of her so that she'll have money. Who are these people? Is it Kevin, the mistress? They asked her about Sherry Shepherd. She said she ain't watching that show. But she said that she's returning to TV. It's bizarre. So I don't know who's like around Wendy. Something is off. Again, where there's smoke, there's fire. Something is off. But she keeps saying somebody took her money. Is it in addition to the Wells Fargo people? She says she has no money. How can that be? And who are these people giving her money? Stevie J, he wants Faith Evans back. He done talked about her like a dog, embarrassed the hell out of her. On social media, married to Faith Evans. He says he's learned his lesson and he wants her to please forgive him. Faith, God sends us warning signs. You got to know to look out for them. In regards to, let's get back to Kevin Samuels before we wrap up here. A lot of people have these fake lives on social media. They really do. Because they want you to see the good, not the bad, not the ugly. They want you to see, I'm this, I'm that, I'm flashing, I'm flossing, I'm da-da-da-da-da. Obviously, if his family's got to start a GoFundMe, he ain't had no money. And if you have less than $1,000 in the bank, a lot of what you see, it's not real. People want you to see the good. And they're flashing and they faking. They're faking. They're faking. And a lot of people on social media have fake lives. That's all I want to say. And they do sell that cheap version of the Viagra, and it's killing a lot of men. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, you got to be careful. Men, we need you to be careful. You need to be healthy enough to take the Viagra, and you need to get it from a doctor, not down the street at the gas station. I'm Patty Jackson. Leave a comment. I do read the comments, and I'm going through some tonight. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video. It's not cute, not knowing. I appreciate you guys. The curls, the scoop, my faces, the advice, like don't go to the gas station to get your Viagra. Have a great afternoon, evening, whenever you see it. I read it. There's so many people that said, I love watching you on YouTube. And a lot of people don't even realize I'm a radio announcer. Look, I move my curls. See that? That's the straw that stirs everything up. I'm a radio announcer back in Philadelphia. But I love pop culture, love entertainment, and love you guys for joining me.